update. The island yesterday recorded 72 new cases of COVID-19, as well as 9 additional fatalities from the virus. Female taxi operator fatally shot by armed men along the Tucker Main Road in St. James last night. Still tonight, Ava Nelson, the woman that was chopped by a male vendor during a dispute in Maypen, Clarendon on May 31, says the incident has left her with lasting physical and emotional effects.
It has affected me a lot, physically, mentally, financially. But I am grateful for life. I am still here. Thanks be to God.
And Jamaica recorded a major increase in stopover arrivals over the Easter holiday weekend, recording the highest total of visitors since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Good evening. In a COVID-19 update, the Ministry of Health and Wellness reported that the island recorded 72 new infections yesterday, increasing the total now to 41,400. Of the total cases, 22,033 are active. 37 of the new cases are females and 35 are males, ranging in age from 4 months to 92 years. Meanwhile, 9 additional fatalities were recorded, taking that total to 631. Those who died are a 47-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 62-year-old male from St. Mary, 2 males aged 56 and 73 years from St. James, 2 males aged 55 and 87 years from Westmoreland, a 98-year-old female from Clarendon, an 80-year-old male from Clarendon, and an 84-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew. Kingston and St. Andrew dominates the new cases with 36 cases recorded, followed by St. Catherine with 11, and then St. James with 6. In the meantime, there were no new recoveries, leaving that figure at 18,444. In news from St. James, a female taxi operator was fatally shot by armed men along the Tucker Main Road in the parish last night. The deceased has been identified as 25-year-old Tamara Higgins of Spring Mount in the parish. Reports from the police coming into our news center tonight are that shortly after 7:30 p.m., the now deceased, who plied the clock towers to Spring Mount route, was transporting passengers in her Noah bus along the Tucker Main Road when 2 men posing as passengers requested a stop. Higgins pulled over, and one of the men informed her that he had a bag in the trunk of the vehicle. She exited the vehicle to render assistance and was subsequently shot multiple times by the men, who then made their escape in the area. The police were summoned, and upon their arrival, Higgins was discovered suffering from gunshot wounds. She was transported to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. In news from St. Elizabeth coming into our news center tonight, the Lacovia police have launched an investigation into the death of a woman who was discovered with her throat slashed at her home in the Lacovia policing area yesterday morning. Now the deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Natasha Wade, domestic helper of Bug Lane, Burnt Savannah. Reports from the Lacovia police coming into our news center are that relatives of the deceased have made several attempts to get in touch with her since Sunday, but her cell phone went unanswered. At approximately 7 a.m. yesterday, her son went to her house at Bug Lane, where he discovered his mother lying in a pool of blood inside her room with her neck partially severed. The police were summoned, and upon their arrival, the scene was processed and Wade's body was removed to the morgue for a post-mortem examination. Still making the news tonight, Ava Nelson, the woman that was chopped by a male vendor during a dispute in Maypen, Clarendon on May 31, says the incident has left her with lasting physical and emotional effects.
It has affected me a lot, physically, mentally, financially. I am a business woman who sell on the roadside. Being attacked, it has really put an ender on my livelihood. I am not able to go out to provide for my family. I am feeling so sad about the whole situation. Still can't come to terms. This had happened to me, a woman. Right now, I am a bit weak because of the medication. Yes, it has given me a lot of side effects. I am still coming to terms with what really happened because honestly, everything moves so fast. It happens so fast. But I am grateful for life. I am still here. Thanks be to God. God just sent that police just in time to spare my life.
In an exclusive interview with our news team, Ms. Nelson also appealed to men that attack women to be protectors rather than causing harm to women.
Men, you should love woman. Woman is the foundation, Woman is the foundation. Everything is about woman. Woman bring you on the earth. Woman, your sister. A woman, your mother. A woman, your grandma. A woman, your aunt. A woman, your child. Yes, we play a big role in your life. Men should just love us. You are our protector. We look up to you for protection. So why you would come and attack us like that?
Still making the news tonight, the police have now arrested the 23-year-old brother of the slain suspect implicated in the disappearance of missing teacher from Clarendon, Natalie Dawkins. 2 other men were also taken into custody as persons of interest. On Saturday, Jeff Bedward, 20, was killed in a shootout with the police in Belfield, St. Catherine. His accomplice reportedly escaped. Since then, the security forces have been scouring the hilly terrain of Browns Hall, Bellis Gate, and Connors in search of the suspect. The police reported that intelligence led them to Belfield on Saturday as they searched for Dawkins. Continuing with the news tonight, the Lay Magistrates Association of Jamaica, LMAJ, says it is outraged at the wanton, brutal attacks on women and children across the country since the start of the year. The association said in a news release, quote, "These incidents have spiraled out of control, resulting in an increase in the number of women and children murdered since the start of 2021 by persons who have gained their trust." End quote. The organization says it joins with all well-thinking Jamaicans in adding condolences to families and friends who have lost loved ones through murder and those who have been traumatized by incidents of rape and abuse. The association also said that the statistics show that since January 2021, almost 18% of all murders committed stemmed from domestic disputes, and as an association representing justices of the peace across the island involved in mediation sessions on a daily basis, they have first-hand knowledge of the many challenges faced by women who are abused by their spouses and, due to fear, remain in these abusive relationships. LMAJ says even while the reports on abuse of women are prevalent at this time, The LMAJ is mindful that the reports of the wanton attacks on children have also been on the rise, and this has prompted the association to call for more attention to be given to our children who are the future of the country. The LMAJ says it has membership chapters in all parishes with justices of the peace who are trained to offer dispute management services in mediation, restorative justice, and child diversion behaviors, among other services, and stands ready to offer its services. The organization is also calling on law-abiding citizens to report acts of criminality and criminal elements within their communities. Still making the news tonight, the St. Catherine South Police say they have intensified efforts to put a dent in the illegal guns for drugs trade that operates between Jamaica and neighboring Haiti. Yesterday, a joint police-military security team conducted operations in the Breton community where over 1,000 pounds of compressed marijuana was seized. The St. Catherine South Police will continue to target players in the trade. Also on Sunday, 4 Haitians were apprehended in Nago's Head in Portmore. So far, the police have reported that investigations indicate that the men entered the island illegally and are facilitators in the guns for drugs trade. In the meantime, the police are appealing to anyone that can assist in the investigation to contact the St. Catherine North Police at 876-984-2305 and 876-984-4490 or Crime Stop at 311. Continuing with the news. Incarcerated dancehall DJ Leroy Russell Jr., popularly known as Tommy Lee Sparta, could find himself in more legal trouble with the police as police sources have alleged that the gun seized from him that led to his recent incarceration has now been linked to at least 2 murders in the corporate area. However, attorney-at-law Donahue Martin, the lawyer representing Russell Jr., has denied his client's involvement in any murders or acts of violence. Police sources allege that spent shell casings and bullet fragments recovered from the scenes of the murders and shootings were allegedly linked through ballistic tests to the illegal firearm seized from Russell Jr. when he was arrested in December 2020. The firearm has also allegedly been connected to 3 cases of shooting with intent. Russell Jr.'s conviction on the gun charge was his first, but followed several run-ins with the law over the last 6 years. The 33-year-old artiste is best known for songs such as Spartan Soldier, Spartan Angel, Psycho, and Blessings. He recently released an anti-violence collaboration with 15 other dancehall artists entitled Brighter Days to mixed reviews from fans. The entertainer was sentenced to 3 years in prison for the illegal weapon on March 24 after he pleaded guilty. A team of officers assigned to the Kingston Central Police Division seized an AK-47 assault rifle on Smith Lane yesterday. Reports from the Kingston Central Police coming into our news center are that at approximately 11 a.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched and the illegal weapon was found hidden under a chicken coop. No one was arrested in connection with that seizure. Investigations are ongoing. And those are some of the stories making news. We will return with other stories as the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation issued in excess of 6,000 meals to members of the homeless population during the Easter holiday lockdown. And Jamaica recorded a major increase in stopover arrivals over the Easter holiday weekend, with the island recording the highest total of visitors since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. But first, we'll take a break and then it's over to Christopher Scott with the very latest in sports.